Shoot, let's do it. Okay. All right. So, everyone, just introduce yourselves and what your role will be in this. My name is Gitz. I just got everyone organized for this. I am playing out of Treaty 1 territory in Mukhginsists, colonially known as Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So, who's up next?
That was wonderful. I'll go next. My name is Katie. I am from Carrie the First Nations. We are a Nakota community in Treaty 4 territory.
I guess I'm geographically the next one in order. I'm Zach Barrett. I'm the game master for the evening, or game mother, depending on the terminology you want to use. I'm in Fort McMurray, which is in Treaty 8 territory.
Sweet. Kia ora, my name's Noah. I'm from Aotearoa, New Zealand. My tribe's the Ngāti Whātua and Tarawa, and I currently live in Wanganui. As for my role in this, I guess I'm like the new person. I have like no idea what to expect kind of thing, so I'm just here for the ride. Nice to meet everyone.
I've never played it either.
Oh, cool.
Same. We're all new.
Katie's
Oh, cool.
And
I've played this 4 times. This is great.
And Zach is the man for this.
This is going to be good. Okay, so first things first, just to kind of explain some Roll20 stuff that you'll need to know for the evening. Not that it's super crazy. I've just opened up a chat on Facebook with you 3 guys individually, and this is so that there's going to be, throughout the game, there will be bits of information that's private to just you, so like a little character description and little goals for the evening. So that's where I'll send that. And if you need to whisper things to me, technically you can normally do it through Roll20, but because there's images I have to send, that's why I'm doing it that way. So if anyone gets confused, why is there no GM whispers in Roll20? That's why. For Roll20 itself.
So you'll be sending us individual messages at times.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you'll be getting secret messages. Like there's points throughout the game where certain characters will pick up things that only they will see, and that's how I'm gonna deliver those to you. For rolling dice, it's super easy. If you need to roll it, the only dice we're ever going to be rolling for tonight are D6s. Nothing else more complicated than that. You'll be rolling lots of D6s, but only D6s. So for rolling, it's like the little chat box there says /R, and if it's 1d6, do space 1d6, and then it'll roll up there. Pretty straightforward. So if everybody wants to test that out and make sure that that's working just fine, you can go ahead there. It won't affect anything too much. You can type freely in there and chat amongst yourselves as well, but I mean, like that's only should you wish to do that. Obviously, we've got audio chat for today.
Oh, there's my baby girl. Hey, she's crying. My little baby.
All right. Secondly, the only other thing about Roll20 that's really going to come into play, or there's 2 more things for Roll20. The next thing is we kind of play ambient music throughout just to kind of get some theme and mood in here. Hello! Oh my god. Adorable!
I know, isn't she the best?
I'm not going to make the little chat names bigger. Hang
on. No, we're playing something else. But yeah, tabletop. All right, sorry.
Okay.
No,
I'm sorry. I'm just making all the icons bigger so I can see because she's adorable. All right. Secondly, if the music's ever too loud and you're having a hard time hearing people versus the tunes, over under your gear and your settings on that right toolbar, you'll see that there is a master music volume. So if that ever gets out of hand, you have control of that there. And last but certainly not least, there will be a point where there's going to be a map and some tokens. Once we've assigned who is who, I will give control of those tokens to you, and you can actually move yourself around the map and things like that. You can also click on parts of the map, and you can send out like little pings, like I'm doing right now, in case you're like, I'm going to go over here.
Let's do a test on that. So like, make sure it's working. Just hold your left clicker. That's me. Katie, you want to give it a little click? No.
Oh, is it not working? Uh-oh.
No, you just gotta click and hold.
Yeah, like a kind of like a long press. There you go.
Tirama?
Yep,
Okay.
that's me.
Sweet. Okay. So that's pretty much everything that you need to know about Roll20 itself for tonight, because we'll be doing most of the chatting through these Facebook pages here. The game itself. So I put in. We had a Facebook chat earlier before starting tonight, where I asked, "Hey, does everybody want to play D&D, like standard D&D, or a different RPG?" What I didn't take into account was this is pretty much everyone's first time playing a tabletop RPG, and we're not going to make characters tonight. We're going to pre-make. I've got some pre-made characters, and we're just going to start. So, whilst there was more votes for the D&D system versus another one, I kind of went with the other one anyway, because it's going to be way easier to just throw characters at you and just say there's very little rules for the night. So if anyone's like, why are we playing Alien tonight? That's why. Also, sci-fi horror is fun. So for the game tonight, it's going to be pretty straightforward. I've got 6 pre-made characters. On your character sheets, I'll actually pull one up just so you can take a look at one real quick. So when you get your character card,
Sure. Well, it looks really
everyone
big.
see that there on the? Yeah, I'm going to shrink it down. Okay, so everybody can see that there.
Yes, I can. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
So everybody will get a card that looks a little bit like this. So pretty much it's just little details about your character. The only thing that really matters in terms of how the game is played is anything with a number at the end of it down at the bottom. So you see that this guy's got strength 4, agility 3, things like that. Anytime you go to do anything in the game that will require a roll, not everything requires rolls, but if it does, you'll pick one of these top 4 things, so strength, agility, wits, or empathy, and you'll pick a skill that coincides. So if you're trying to do something like opening an airlock or lifting a heavy piece of machinery, you're going to take your strength and heavy machinery, which 4 + 1 is 5, so you will roll 5d6. I'll explain the dice in a sec here. So that's how you would do any kind of rolling. You just take a skill and an attribute, you can add them together, roll that many 6-sided dice. Talents we're going to ignore for tonight to keep it simple. And signature item, this is, as the game progresses, you'll get stressed. Like your character will get stressed. Hopefully the players aren't going to get too stressed. But if you need to relax a bit and remove some stress, you just say, hey, I'm gonna spend some time with my, like this guy's got a worn photo of his brother or her brother, then you can say that and you can remove some stress. So in terms of mechanics, I've literally explained the majority of the base mechanics. You're just going to roll as many d6 as there is. Yeah?
Can we change our character name?
Oh, okay, I'll get to those in just a hot second.
Okay.
Before I dish them out, the last thing to know about the game tonight is as the game progresses, you'll get things called stress. So when you roll dice, the number you want to see is 6. Anything besides 6 doesn't matter on most of the dice that you roll. If you roll at least 1 6 of all the dice you roll, you have succeeded at whatever it is you're trying to do. So that lifting heavy machinery example, if you roll 5d6 and only one of them is a 6, perfect. If 3 of them are a 6, even better, perfect. You still succeed. As the game progresses, you'll get stressed and you'll have a stress level. So I'll say, hey, your stress level goes up by 1. You'll want to make a note of that somewhere near you. Every time you make a check, you will add that many stress dice to your roll. So back to that example. So let's say I had the lifting heavy machinery. So I had 5d6 that I normally roll, but I have 2 points of stress. I'm actually going to roll 5 + 2, so 7 stress dice, or 7 dice, 7d6. What we'll do for Roll20, and this is just because we're using a computer here. So normally I would go 5d6. Oh, I didn't do that right. So normally I would go 5d6. If I have no stress, this is what I would roll. I would have failed in this particular example. However, if I have 2 points of stress, you want to roll those dice separately. A 6 on a stress dice is still a success, but a 1 on a stress dice means that you potentially will panic. So it's like when you get stressed out and your adrenaline starts pumping. That's what stress is supposed to be. But because you're using stress to succeed, there's the chance that you fumble. If you're hyper stressed out, you could just freeze up, scare people around you, things like that. So if I was doing this exact same check, but I also had 2 points of stress, I would do the 5d6 that I would normally do, and then I would just do another shuffle of my 2 6s. That would have been bad. This would have been a really bad roll because those are my stress dice. I rolled 2 1s. I would have probably had a very bad time.
Okay.
That
I'm hoping this makes more sense as we go along.
It will make more sense as we play. I just figured once I bring it up now, it makes more sense to get into it once we start playing.
Yeah.
Because I'll walk everybody through it as we go.
Yeah.
The last bit of the evening is the game is broken up into 3 acts. So at the beginning of the game in Act 1, everyone's going to have an objective. There'll be pretty mild objectives that play to your character, like make sure that you get as much money for as little work as possible, or try and just get to the destination as soon as possible. Simple things like that. The more you play up your character's objective, when the act ends, I'll give you a story point. If you have story points, you can use them to just say, I want to have a free 6. I want to succeed on my next check, basically. One of my dice will be a 6. You can do that, and then it's spent. Each act, you'll get a more increased, you'll get a different objective each time, but usually it just ramps up with how severe things are going throughout the game. So that's it. That's it. We'll kind of play it. You feel free to ask questions as we go, and I will walk through any kind of mechanics, things that need to happen as we go. But since there are 3 players for the evening, and I have 6 characters, I'll give everybody a choice here. I'm going to take out this particular person here. So we've got the captain, the pilot. Just checking something here. Roughneck. An agent. All right, I got a captain, a pilot, and an agent. I definitely need those 3 people. The other 2 crew members will just be NPCs that you guys can deal with. But I need somebody to be the captain, someone to be the company agent, and someone to definitely need those 3 people. Who wants to jump on which one?
Can you show the cards? Can you put them up on the screen?
I can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's got private information for everybody.
All right. I'll take. Did you say pirate?
Pilot. Like
a plane.
Okay, so we got a pilot. What else do we got? Sorry, pilot.
There's going to be a captain, a pilot, and a company agent, somebody that represents the company on board that nobody likes, but
I'll be the pilot. Actually, I'll let you all choose. Ladies first.
Oh, okay. I'll be.
Or do we do guests from New Zealand first?
Yeah. Let's do that. Okay.
Emma.
I definitely don't want to be the company agent.
I feel like I'm going to be the company agent.
Nobody wants.
But I don't want to be the captain either. It sounds like too much pressure. But then I don't know how to act like a pilot. So
you don't necessarily you don't have to worry about acting like a pilot. Once I give you the card, it'll come with like a little character blurb. Just a little bit of info on the person. It'll also say that there's a person that you're friends with and a person that you don't like. And again, the more you play up that relationship, you'll also earn story points that way too.
Yeah, I'll go for the pilot.
All right. So I'm sending you. Of course, you're going to do this the hard way. All right, so I'm going to send you their card in Facebook here. And I'm also going to send you your Act 1 objective. Your objectives for everybody, you have to keep them secret to yourselves. I just have to find.
Okay.
There it is.
And this is in our Facebook chat, or is this the chat here?
It'll be in your Facebook chat.
Okay.
So I'll just send you your card for now so you can read that, and then I'll send objectives in a little bit. So your card is there. Right. I have a captain and an agent I need to assign.
Okay, so we have Katie. You're up next. Captain or agent?
I'll be captain.
Fuck. I mean,
So early in.
I didn't want to be the. I guess
I see. Nobody wanted to be the agent. Nobody wanted to be the agent.
Not with your introduction. The guy that nobody likes.
I feel like I'm, as the agent, I feel like I am the chief's son who just got the really good job because I'm the chief's son.
Good old nepotism.
Do you have an equivalent for that in where you're from, Tirama?
I don't think so, actually. Maybe, but I've never. We don't really have too many spoiled people. I don't think.
Okay, baby's gone. I can start
All right,
swearing
which
again.
means that by default, you're getting the company agent. There you go. All right, so I'm just gonna roll a die here for no reason. You guys don't need to know why I'm rolling this. Okay. I'm gonna give everybody your Act 1 objectives now. And then once I'll give you guys a couple minutes to kind of read over and plan stuff, and then we'll get started with the actual game itself. Oh my god, I hate that I can't just drag and drop things anymore.
All right, so can everybody see is Tirama still on or no? His webcam. Can you guys see him?
Can't see him, but I was hearing him.
Yeah.
Hear him.
Oh,
Is there a
hold
delay?
up.
Dun, 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 dun. That was the. You're getting. Oh. That one. Alright.
There he is.
I was taking.
Back.
There we go.
Oh, and then you're gone again. Weird.
Am I?
Yeah. Okay, so did you send me a message yet or no?
You're next.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Huh.
Where is it? There it is.
There's my girl. My girl's got to go to bed though.
Okay. So I'll give you guys a couple seconds there to read over those. Some of you have really short ones. Some of you have not as short ones. I'm going to put on some tunes in the background. It's not too loud for everybody. Okay. Open up my little preamble thing. Everybody good?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah, good to go.
Okay. So, as we begin, you are all space truckers on a star freighter known as the Montero, running what is frequently known as the Gauntlet. It's a trade route between something called Anchor Point Station and the Frontier. Your ship's cargo hold is packed with dozens of tanks of dangerous gas that is in the process of decaying into extremely profitable helium-3. Usually cargoes such as these are towed in massive tanker modules that transport much higher concentrations of the gas for a safe distance from a freight hauler. The Montero isn't rated as a commercial towing vehicle, however, and this small run is a special order for the Weyland-Yutani corporate account on Sutter's World. Weyland-Yutani is a big corporate conglomerate in this science fiction future for anyone who has not seen the Alien movies or the Alien franchise. Sutter's World is a newly established frontier colony. While the trip so far has been fairly routine, the Montero's sensors have developed a glitch before you left Anchor Point and sporadically pinged contact with some kind of sensor reflection before you went to sleep and went faster than light on your way to your next location. Your cargo run so far has been without incident, so now you are just waking up from hypersleep. Usually for long periods of time, truckers will just sleep and then wake up when they have to land on the other side. You're now just waking from hypersleep, ready to deliver the goods to the colony of Sutter's World. I have pulled up a map of your ship that you are currently on. For this, if you have a scrolling function on your mouse, you can scroll up and down. If you ever need to zoom in and out, you can hold your Alt key on your keyboard and zoom in and out, and scroll, and that'll allow you to zoom. Scrolling on the image will allow you to zoom in and out. If you need to scroll up and down, you have to hold the Alt key and scroll, and that'll let you go up and down. But this is the main towing barge on your ship. You are all currently waking up in the cryo room here. Not a lot of craziness goes on. The majority of this ship is full of stark whites. The hallways are these dark, dingy, black and brown, like padded areas in case you ever get rocked about. Typically speaking, as soon as you guys wake up, you tend to head over to the galley to prepare yourselves for actually going and delivering the goods. And at this point, since no one's ever played a tabletop RPG before, this is where you guys can take control of your characters. You can socialize, interact, ask questions as you need of me, but for the most part, I stay out of it until you do something that requires consequences. So we begin. You're all waking up and eating in the galley.
So just Zach, do we have a map? Or
Yeah.
do we have to find the map for the ship?
Has it not shown up on your screen? It's not popping
a
up?
white
No.
blank screen.
Yeah, why is it not showing up? Because, yeah, it's supposed to be a map.
Kurama is typing. Yeah, your cam's still not working. Well, it turns on and then turns off right away.
I mean, we can still hear you.
Yeah.
You see it now?
I don't see anything. Has anybody else seen anything?
No, I'm not seeing
Nope.
a map.
Let me see here. Oh, okay. Here you go. Now you should be able to see it.
Oh, now we got it.
Wow, this thing's giant.
All right. This is the ship you're currently on. The picture on the left is like the large overview of the overall ship, whilst the section on the right is the small intersection of pretty much the only areas that the majority of you guys take place on. You do have 2 additional crew members. These will be NPCs for the significance for the rest of the game until if somebody else joins in, we'll hand them one of these 2. You've got your 2 engineers, Rai and Cham. They are
Cham?
2. Rai and Cham. They are 2 goofballs that tend to joke about everything and slack off every chance they get.
And none of these guys, nobody likes me.
It's more like you're a company agent. Like, nobody likes a boss breathing down their neck, and you are the boss that literally lives with them. So, I mean...
Gotcha. So I might not be the captain, but I'm the boss.
You're looking up for the company's best interests.
As a boss figure.
Corporate stooge.
Okay. Alright, so we're all waking up?
Yes.
And this is like our time to get to know each other, I'm guessing?
Yeah, if you like. Unless you don't want to know anybody, that is completely up to you. But yeah, you feel free to mingle, talk amongst yourselves until something happens.
Oh, okay.
So we're waking up in a cryo chamber, or what?
If you want to start from waking up right in the cryo chamber, you can. I was going to kind of speed us along to you guys are grabbing food in the galley here and just in the middle of waking up.
Okay, so we're in the gallery?
The galley.
Yeah, galley.
Galley, okay. One sec. Why? Okay, there it is.
Oh no! Oh,
Okay.
now he's back.
Oh, he's gone? Oh,
He disappeared for a second, then he came back,
Oh, it's.
or is in the process of coming back.
okay, so this is us. Right there.
Correct.
Okay, Captain. How long before we get home? Where are we at right now in our mission? What's our orders?
We're just going to keep the course, and we'll get there when we get there. There's not a. It's not going to be too long.
Spoken like a true parent. I'll turn the ship around.
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet?
Actually, so for the captain and or the pilot, if what you guys can do when you feel like there's no immediate need to do so, but oh, he's gone again. By going to the bridge, you can go and see how close you are to your final destination. Being that you've woken up, that usually implies you're relatively close. Yeah, you can go and take a look, unless you want to just make him sweat a bit and sit and eat breakfast. You can do that too. It's completely up to you.
Oh, sweet. I like food, so I'm going to go eat. Where do we eat?
I think
In the galley.
we eat in the galley.
I'm in the galley. So, Captain, you gonna figure out where we're going?
Yeah, I'm going straight to the bridge.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, is Dene back? I think we have one of our
what?
engineers.
Maybe, possibly.
I wonder where to
Give
get
him a
out.
second. Because if he does pop in, I'll probably give him either Cham or Rye.
I like to eat space spaghetti, so I'm eating space spaghetti right now.
It's very chalky. It's very chalky space spaghetti.
Yeah.
All right. Well, while we're waiting to see if Dene's is working there, Katie, your character there, Miller, goes up to the bridge. In the bridge, there's a series of chairs and things like that where everyone would normally sit for docking procedures because it can be pretty bumpy depending on the situation. And when you open up the giant metal shutters that protect the glass while you guys are sleeping, you do not see any planets anywhere. Not entirely. Yeah, you're in the mess hall. You're not even really worrying about it. All right, but if you wanted to take a look to see if maybe there's just something you can't, maybe you're just a little further out than you expected. If you want, you can make what is known as a comm tech roll. So on that card I gave you, you would take the number next to your comm tech skill if you have it, and you would take the number next to your wits. Add that together. You're going to roll that many d6 in the chat here.
So I take my wit and then d6.
Well, you're Miller, right? So your wits is 2,
Yeah.
and you do not have a comm tech, so you'll just roll 2d6.
Okay, 2d6. Gotcha. Three.
You go up to the pilot station to try and figure out what's going on, and usually you kind of tell the crew to do things for you. And when you get up there, it's like looking at Spaghetti City. It's one of those things that you may want to ask your pilot to help you out with. You hit a button, something beeps and screams at you. You aren't able to figure anything out from the computer.
Oh, good. You know, to make my space spaghetti a lot better is if we knew where we were. So Tirama, I don't know if you caught that earlier. You can walk around, and right now we all just woke up and we're trying to figure out what we can do. I'm having space spaghetti in the galley, and if our captain wanted to call out to the pilots to come to the bridge, the captain could do that.
I'm going to use the intercom to call the pilot. I actually don't know the pilot's name. Do we know each other's names?
Yes. So I guess we should tell everybody their names. So your company agent, his name is Wilson. The captain, your name is Miller, and your pilot's name is Davis.
Davis.
Pull up everybody's sheets here. I've got them all next to
I
me.
don't know. Okay, Terama is Davis. So
Tirama, can you say something?
Yep. Can you guys hear me?
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Oh, sweet.
Yes,
I
yes,
had
we
to
can.
switch over to my PC. My laptop, something was, I don't know how to fix it. But can I be? So the captain's calling for me from the intercom.
From up the
Can
bridge,
I?
yeah.
Can my character be like? I want to kind of go with the trope of them being like alcoholics, kind of thing. So can my pilot character be like scrounging around for some kind of alcohol, or already kind of like?
oh my god.
I mean,
That's
you
how,
want to be.
like, yeah. I want to be kind of like starting my morning off with like drinking, and then
As the pilot.
I'll hear the intercom, and then just be like kind of annoyed. I'll grab a bottle and I'll start walking to the bridge.
You know what? Let's have fun with this, and then let's get to your first roll of the game in here just to try it out. So I want you to looking on your character sheet, you've got your wits, which is a 3, and observation, which is a 2. So I'll get you to roll me 5d6, and if you get a 6, you find a nice bottle of liquor. If you don't, we'll see what happens.
Yes.
There's a 6 in there. So as the captain's calling out for you to go to the bridge, you do find that you have a stashed bottle of whatever your preferred drink of choice underneath the sink that no one has found.
I believe in New Zealand they call it piss.
That's
Yeah.
just mean.
I'm pretty much getting pissed.
No, but it's called piss, isn't it?
Yeah.
See?
Or like Māoris
Yeah.
call it waipiro, which means dirty water, which also kind of translates to piss. So yeah.
That's fair. That's when you put it that way, it's actually quite accurate.
Okay, so he's got his piss and he's walking to the bridge. And I'm just watching him like, fuck. Someone's gotta tell him. Someone's gonna have that uncomfortable conversation with the pilots. It's a good thing I'm not the
Employees
captain.
drinking on the job. Captain Miller, you watch as your pilot Davis walks in with bottle of piss in hand.
Oh no. A little bit early, isn't it, David?
But you should also like tell him what's going on because he actually doesn't know.
I need you to take a look at this. Up here at the front. What do you see?
So Davis, to help her out with that, you'll get another roll here. You're going to be doing your, again, it's your wits, so it'll be 3. And you do not have a comms tech skill. In fact, of the 3 of you, the only one with the comm tech skill is Wilson. Fun fact. So if you want to roll me 3d6 there, Tarama, and see if you get yourself a skill. You also look at the console and there's no planet.
Shouldn't have had that drink.
There's nothing out the window. Clearly, the answer is nothing.
So I finished my spaghetti and I join you all on the bridge. So what's the status update there, Captain?
Well, as you can see, there is nothing out this window, and we should be almost to our destination, so I don't understand.
Is there a nav computer we can look at? Can we ask? Maybe the problem is an engineering thing, so maybe we should ask one of our engineers.
As Wilson suggests this, Miller, our captain here, There's a little light that blinks. So in the bridge here, there's the hallway you came from the galley. You are all familiar with this doorway over here that leads to your MUTHUR 6500, or more affectionately referred to as just your mother computer. It's the operating system that runs pretty much every ship that anyone ever works on. As you guys are trying to figure out what's going on here, there's a little light that's blinking on the door here that's beckoning Miller to come on in, and there's a message for just the captain that Mother needs to give them.
There's a message on the door.
In this chamber here, so there's a message they want you. The computer is asking you by yourself, go in here because there's a message that they need to give you.
Go into this little room. Okay,
Yep.
I walk into this room over here to receive my message.
All right. I'm going to type in your message here so that you can share this information should you wish to whatever degree you would like to. Da, da, da.
There we go. Oh,
All right. That's basically the message that you're given. You can do what you will with that.
so Saterama, if you go into your settings, if you look to the very top, there's a little wheel there with like, it looks like a cog. Click that. If you look at my settings, it says display name. You can change your name so we can call you by your character name.
Oh, nice. Pilot.
Let's just call him Pilot.
Davis. Your name is Davis.
That's fair. It's fair.
But Pilot's cool too.
You, pilot, get over here. I've been in games like that. It's fine.
Okay. All right. So, what's the word, Captain? What are we doing? What did Mother say?
Well, there was a distress signal that woke us up out of cryo. And by policy, we are obligated to go check it out.
Oh,
We have to follow the policy. We have to go check out what the distress signal was about.
I remember how this played out. Do we get a raise? Oh no, everyone's supposed to ask me that. Shit. I'm just remembering. I just watched Alien 1 like about a month ago.
It's very simple.
Yeah. Do we have like a union? I feel like
I am the company man. So I'm telling you right now that we'll actually get a little bit of a raise. That's negotiable because it's
Oh, it's negotiable.
it's negotiable because it's a risk management or risk whatever. So yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well,
So as you guys are sitting there in the bridge, sipping coffee or what have you, depending on who you are, as you're sitting there talking about this, being like, this doesn't sound like too bad of a thing. At that moment, a series of lights that are traditionally, typically white, start flashing red, and an alarm begins going off. Davis, you are familiar that this is a proximity alarm. There is something that is approaching the ship and is about to collide with the ship unless something is done.
Just whatever I'm doing, I'm just gonna like stop there, run straight over to some kind of like console where I can control the ship, and just start freestyling it. So I'll just start pushing buttons and moving things around, and I'll just want to like ignore what the captain says, ignore what the company person says, and because as the pilot, is it? Oh no, it's not. It's not my ship. I'm just an employee.
Also true.
I'm hoping you don't
I'll
want to
get you.
die.
is this
Yeah,
Because
like
you,
it's kind of like if we're gonna crash into something, I'd prefer to, and it's like not my property, then we could like crash on your side of the airplane or something, and
We'll see how this goes. So you whip over, you jump over a console, you get into your chair. I need you to, your agility is at a 5, and you have a piloting of 3. So traditionally, you'd be rolling 8d6, but because of the immediacy of the situation, a difficulty is added of a -2. So you're only going to roll 6d6. And you're looking for as many sixes as you can get.
Oh,
Hey, look at that. And like a lightning bolt,
yes.
James leaps over, he grabs the joystick, just veers the ship off. You all kind of like stumble to the side a bit, and as he
Whoa!
slams on the brakes and veers you to the side,
All of my company
watch-
money. Gotta grab it
you
out
don't
of the
hear
air.
any collision. You don't hear any bulkhead breaking. It's almost as if perhaps nothing has come into contact with your ship. However, looking out the window, there is a blocky patch that seems to be blocking out the stars that goes across you, as if there's some kind of object that probably was the one that was going to collide with you, that is now just drifting in front of your ship with no lights on.
A dead ship? Can we
You're
get
not
somebody
sure.
to look at it?
What is that?
What the hell is that?
I'll just look at the
You-
captain and sorry.
Is that where the distress signal's coming from? Is that dead ship?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'll just
Pilot, figure
Man.
it out.
yeah.
Pilot,
Can-
figure it out.
I'll look over at the captain and I'll ask like, "Can I shoot it?" And then I just start aiming up the cross sights on the ship or whatever it is, and I just like have my finger there looking around. Is anyone going to stop me or?
Well, hold on. As company
Okay.
man, I have to say that if that's our objective, and you destroy it, then you lose all your money and your drinking privileges for the rest of the trip. Plus, you'll probably get thrown in jail.
Yeah, we probably do have a jail on ship.
A brig.
Okay, so I'll just stand up from the pilot chair and I just walk back to where I was and I just continue to drink and.
Okay. I'm gonna
He's just
try.
all right.
But you guys just gotta.
I can't have my way. It's the highway.
Like, I'm not gonna shoot, but if somebody wants to shoot, they just gotta hit the button.
Yeah.
I'll be over
Yeah.
here. Okay. So, Captain, can we run some kind of like scan on that? Can we ask Mother maybe if that's what the distress signal is?
Well, we first have to figure out where the distress signal's coming from, but I have a feeling it's from that ship. So we need to figure out a way to get onto that ship, if it is a ship, and if it is indeed a ship. So
If you want, you don't have to make any rolls for this because this is like some basic stuff. Rolls are only in like 10 situations. But yeah, if you want, you just go to a nearby computer and you turn on basically the ship's headlights, for lack of a better term. And you see in front of you that, yeah, no, sure enough, there is a ship. Its running lights are all off, which is probably why no scanners picked it up until it was about to come into contact with your ship. But for anyone who has seen any of the Aliens movies, you will recognize. I'm just going to pull up a picture of this thing.
All we have to know is like this next part begins like it just ends well for all of us.
Of course it does.
of course.
All right. Where is it? There it is.
During all of this, can I can I sneak off to the bathroom or like the bathroom in brackets?
Sure.
Which means I'm gonna go like have a walk around the ship and see what's what.
I don't see why not.
Cool.
As you guys turn on the flashlight, you just hear the door behind you open up, and
Oh, neat.
your pilot just leaves. This is the ship that you see in front of you. Obviously, not the same numerical or verbiage on it, just the ship itself. But it's a style of ship that is very, very old. And sure enough, Mother does confirm that this is in fact the ship where this is in fact the ship that is sending your distress signal. This ship is registered as the USCSS Cronus. It launched some 70-odd years ago and was labeled missing in action as it just disappeared in transit one day. It's a science vessel that is significantly larger than the Montero, and depending on what made it go, inert, might still also be in very good condition. Doesn't seem to be wildly damaged from the outside. Upon actually scanning the device and confirming that this is where the signal comes from, a screen will pop up in front of you with some messages from Mother. You have been assigned 3 different priorities. Priority 1, recover any scientific data and samples from the Cronus. 2, escort the salvaged Cronus to Anchorhead or any other Weyland-Yutani facility. And 3, save crew members should there be any on board the Cronus.
I'm going to go on a limb and say they're all dead.
Also, by scanning it, you do actually, because there is a record of it, I'm going to pull these up so that you can see them, because you don't really need this map for the most part. You are given schematics for the Cronus.
Oh, it's called Cronus. It's a good name.
Whoa. Whoa.
The USCSS Cronus.
There's
There you go.
3 people alive?
Are those
These are your tokens.
Okay. We also have 2 crew members, don't we? We have 2 NPCs.
Yes, you do got Ryan Chan. I can add them back in if you want me to add them back in. That
Yeah, it helps
can
me
be-
just to visual.
Did I permanently delete them? Oh, there they are.
Nice.
Cham and Rye. But I'm also going to give you guys control of your own tokens. You can move them around freely. I recall Miller is...
top left?
There you are. So, Katie, you should be able to move that Miller token if you'd like.
Oh, neat. I can.
Ooh.
Wilson, that should be... Where are you? Oh, there you are. And then Davis. There you go. Just gotta go read something real quick before we get too far into things.
Oh, can I move mine? Oh, I
All
can.
right.
Yeah.
Yep, so you guys should be able to move all your guys' tokens to wherever you'd like. Now, the map isn't to scale. Like, the way that this grid works out, it's kind of like D&D works in like a 5x5 grid, but they're just meant to be like general areas. So, like, if you moved a token to this part, like, obviously you're not that size in that bridge. It's just to generally place yourself along the map. I wanted to just try and fit the entire map onto the 4 floors of the ship onto one page, so we didn't have to jump from page to page. You can freely view the map at any point and any deck on the ship. So this ship is huge in comparison to yours.
I like this ship. I want to make this ship my ship.
Well, we can.
It doesn't work yet, but luckily I have engineers to help me. So am I on this ship yet, or am I still on the?
No, we haven't made that decision yet. What we're gonna do.
Yeah, you guys are still on the Montero.
Okay. That's right. Okay. So I'm going to call a group meeting in the galley to discuss who's going to come with me to the USCSS Cronus.
Okay. And I'll leave the map for the Cronus up, so in case you use this as part of your planning, you can do that. One thing that is apparent when you are scanning it is, so deck A is like the top of the ship and works its way down to the bottom, that here, anywhere that has, these ladder symbols, so there's this junction over here and this junction up here, are these are the top airlock portions that you could reach with either an umbilicus or spacewalk, some kind of method like that.
Okay, I have an idea.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. Actually, no, it's this one, on deck B, this little airlock here.
An airlock?
Yeah, there are 3 airlock options. There's one here and here on deck A. There's one here on deck B.
Good to know. Keep that airtight.
Okay, I have an idea.
What's up?
Okay, I think, and this is just my idea, okay, that we don't have to actually do it. But since we have 2 engineers, we can actually spare one. So I think we should get the one who has a higher stamina or athleticism, whatever attribute they got. That person goes off alone, and we make that person run to the whole ship. And if they make it back,
I agree.
if they make it back, we know it's all right. And if they don't come back, then we know something's really fucked up.
So when you guys say this, you look on over. Rye is like an older gentleman that's like the dad of the ship. He's like this really sweet man, and he like will give up his last scrap of food to whoever is short, and he's the nicest guy ever. And he kind of looks up funny. And then Rye is like this spry young thing that kind of is always by his side, and they kind of comedic duo off each other. And he's like, "What?" Rye's like, "Yeah, no, I vote the guy with experience go. Yeah, that's a great idea."
Great.
I mean, I'm just going to put the faith in that everything's dead, so neither of you do NPC characters have to worry, because everything's dead. We're just making sure. In the unlikely event that something's alive, you can run. You know?
Cam's like, I mean, I don't really do the whole running thing.
I think we should go in pairs of 2s. We'll split up the engineers though, because just in case there is some engineering stuff that needs to be dealt with on different floors, we can take a look at that. So we don't need 2 engineers together. Let's see.
All right, so we're just going to go over and try to take the ship.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's-
I'm going to go over and I'm going to talk to Mother right now and ask Mother if she can do like a diagnostic on the ship to tell us what's wrong. Can I do that?
You can go and ask.
All right. So I go over to Mother.
Go up to Mother. So you've got like an executive's key card. You can actually swipe on in there. It's technically supposed to be for the captain, but execs can also access it. You go on in and you're asking her if she can give you any kind of details on the ship's status currently.
Yeah, if you can do like a read of the ship and give us a diagnostic. Any messages they might have given to us at all that tells us anything about the ship. What's broken?
From what she has access to, because they were only receiving like a very, very intermittent distress signal. She's got the distress. There's an SOS that they sent out. It's not like it's got words to it. It's just it's an SOS ping. So there's no details or information about it. Only an SOS ping, and the floor plans from when they left. Beyond that, there is no new data based on what happened after they left is available.
Okay.
Well then.
There's 6 of us, right?
Yeah, we should split up into pairs.
I'm going to go with the old guy.
Davis is coming with me.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm going to go with the old guy.
All right.
Wilson goes with who's the old guy? Is it Rye or Chan?
Chan.
Okay, so Chan. So Wilson goes with Chan. And that leaves Rye and Rye. That's it. There's just
Rye's like, wait, you want me to go by myself? Is that what I'm hearing? You want to go into a scary, creepy ship all by myself? That's a great idea.
Rye can just stay on the main ship, our main ship.
That makes sense. That's good.
Yeah.
I am in love with this plan, Captain. You couldn't be captaining any better. I'm for it.
Okay. So let's suit up. Where do we go for that?
Rye's going to just move his token down there, so he's not going to worry about him anymore. He's going to chill out on the Montero just in case. So down in your guys' cargo bay, there's so in the cargo bay of the Montero, you have about 72 canisters of varying degrees of this decaying and very volatile gas.
Hold on one sec.
Oh yeah.
Dene, I think your mic is on. If you can mute it.
I might.
There you go.
Whoa, hey!
Is your cam working?
No, I was looking for my webcam. I can't find it. I have a new one stuck in the mail right now. So.
Okay. All right. Well, you can join us.
I don't mind just chilling.
No, it's okay.
I can turn off my mic.
No, it's cool. You can be the
Yeah, we can give you
person
Cham.
behind.
We have an engineer with us. It's Chan, the old guy.
Yeah, we can give him Cham.
Okay, we'll give him Chad.
Mm.
You're with me.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
Chan, the guy you wanted to sacrifice.
Yeah.
So you gotta know that you're old. You're an old man. I specifically
Well,
asked
he's not
you to
an
be.
old man. He's just older than most of you on the ship.
Oh, okay.
I just want to let you know I picked you because if shit hits the fan, I can outrun you.
Okay.
That's the only reason why you're with me.
That's just mean.
Okay.
Okay, so Dene here, I'm going to give you a.
I'll just curl up in a
message.
corner somewhere.
Okay, so we should probably break down the story for him so far.
Oh,
And you guys do that while I send him his character sheet and his Act 1 objective.
Wilson can do it then.
okay. So I'm a company man, and try to commandeer the ship and take it back because that's our new objective. Our new objective is to get the ship back to Earth with us,
Okay.
and we're gonna get paid a lot of money if we get this done.
Well,
Okay.
the next space station or Wayland facility. It doesn't necessarily have to be Earth. Earth is really far away.
Yeah. So yeah, all we know is that it's a dead ship, and there was an SOS call. So we have objectives. The objectives are we got to figure out what's wrong with the ship, and then we got to fix it, and then we got to go someplace and try not to die in the process. Y'all caught up?
Yeah, sounds good.
So right now we're like getting dressed into our space outfits or whatever. Do we have weapons as well?
Weapons.
You do actually have a small complement of items that you can pull from. But the captain can choose whether or not to divvy this up to people. Let's see if I
Also,
have.
Also,
If
Davis.
I don't have them, then say no.
Davis, our pilot, is a fucking terrible alcoholic who
Oh,
wanted
I
to
have
blow up the
raging
ship.
addiction problems.
It's got a bit of an issue, but I mean, like, we don't talk about it.
No, we don't talk about that as a crew.
Okay. Okay, here we go. So now I'm just going to say I'm just going to read it off because it's easier this way. But and then the captain, Captain Miller, you can decide how you want to divvy out all these items. So yeah, everybody has a compression suit. You have 5 air supplies. So what that means is in cases you'll have to roll dice to make sure you keep your air supply. The more checks you fail, the more air you lose faster.
Oh my god.
There is 1 motion tracker with a power supply of 5. There is a cutting torch, a bolt gun. It's got 4 shots, usually meant to bolt metal pieces to a wall, but I mean, like, you can improvise. There is a single service pistol with a single reload, a harpoon grappling gun, usually for spacewalks, a incinerator unit with 2 reloads, and this isn't an item that you can bring with you, but when I was describing the cargo bay of your ship, you have there is a shuttle that the Montero has. That's 72 canisters of your actual cargo. Like this is the stuff that's supposed to be making you the money, and you have 1 power loader that is meant to cart some of those canisters off the ship should you ever get to that point.
Okay, I have, in addition to the plant officer Miller, Captain,
Yeah.
I think one of our objectives should also be trying to find and secure other weapons that we could use once we get on that ship.
That's a great idea. I leave you in charge of that, Wilson.
Yes! I'll need all the weapons if I'm going to do that, by the way.
Since you are doing that,
Better.
Okay, what's an emotional tracker though? What's that?
Motion tracker. So if you're trying to see, yeah,
An emotional tracker.
I thought that, motion tracker. Gotcha. Okay, so harpoon. How big is a harpoon? Like a whale harpoon? Like how big is it?
It's like it's a 2-arm, 2-handed weapon. You got the one load on it, and it's got a string attached to the end.
Yeah, I'm gonna just put my hand on it and just look at the captain and I'm like claiming it, kind of thing.
Davis is definitely intoxicated. We will not hand him any weapons.
Oh.
He will be.
I just sit back down and continue drinking.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's why he's coming with me. Because we need like an irresponsible with a responsible, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so a cutting torch. So, what's our Chan will carry the cutting torch. I guess Wilson can also carry Wilson can carry the bolt gun. I'll carry the pistol, and that should be it. Right? Yeah.
What weapons do I have? What do I have?
Oh, you have the bolt gun.
For doors. Okay.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
And Chan has the torch. The
Okay.
cutting torch.
Good.
I have the pistol, and Wilson doesn't have any weapons. Except his drinking, I suppose. He has a bottle.
That's true. He has a bottle.
All right. So, at present, depending on which airlock you want to use, there is this one that's on deck B. This is the one that's kind of designed in such a way that you should be able to. You have like a retractable bridge, like an umbilicus, that you could try and use to connect the two ships. It's just good practice to be in spacesuits just in case, but it's always something that can be attempted.
Okay, so
Wait, hold on. One more thing, Zach. Can my cutting torch be used as like a welding thing to weld?
Yes, it can.
Okay. I'm good then.
cool.
All right.
Okay.
Possibly dying, or make it smoother to get across, either through a spacewalk or through an umbilical. Someone will need to pilot the Montero to fly alongside the Cronus so that you can line the ships up. Anybody want to try and take that on?
Okay.
Wasn't it?
Possibly a pilot, but
I trust my pilot.
This is where my negotiation comes in. I want the harpoon again. I just look back over at you like...
Good. Okay. Well, I guess we should. Oh, I really want my pilot to do it.
I trust him. He actually gets better flying when he's drunk.
No,
I knew a guy like that.
you're right. It's to calm the nerves, I suppose. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Okay.
Deal.
Deal.
I jump in the driver's seat and do the parking.
All right. Mr. Davis, your agility is 5, your piloting is 3, but given your inclination to alcoholism, I will give you a -1. So just feel free to roll me 7d6. I just need one of them to come up as a 6.
Yes.
Look at that.
Worth it.
Like the grace of an angel. You feel the ship motor alongside. And if somebody wants to, you could even be his roll is so good, being that, he rolled a 6. You could even attempt to do an umbilical extension. Someone will have to make a heavy machinery roll, but you can try and extend the bridge out.
Can I look at Wilson? Did Wilson have that, the mechanic thing? Oh wait, we have actual mechanics, don't we? Can I just look at them and just be like, yo, can you guys go in?
Actually, Cham is an engineer.
Yeah. Cham, since
Yep.
you missed the games portion there, if you wanted to make a roll there on your character sheet, you've got your your attributes at the top of that bottom grid. So you'll be picking something like your wits, which is at a 2, and your heavy machinery for a skill, which is 3. So we add those together. I need you to roll 5d6. And as long as you roll a 6, you will accomplish whatever it is you're trying to do, which in this case is extending a mechanical bridge. So down here in roll, I guess you missed the roll 20 bit too. So in roll 20 to roll dice, you just hit \R space, and then for your case 5d6.
What?
Look
Ooh.
at that!
3
Damn.
6s?
Oh,
That's good.
gonna dock straight into the main building we need to go to.
With 3, so usually just 1 6 is fine, but typically if there's more than 1 6, I try to provide some kind of like additional benefit. It's going to seem like there's no additional benefit, but it'll make sense in a second. So Cham, you go on up, you pull out this crank, and you extend out the umbilicus there. It's a little bit tedious to do this. So you actually strap some kind of cable to it, and you actually just let it do the work for you. And it just spins, and the umbilicus goes all the way across. You can actually hear it snap and connect to the Cronus. You hear the oxygen fill the space, and you have a pressurized connection between the Cronus and the Montero.
Look at that. Perfect.
Wow. That was amazing.
So, are we ready to walk?
And it's done.
That's it. No more boss. So are you guys still in full spacesuits when you're going through, or are you guys like what's the?
Yeah. We suited up, didn't we? We did, right? I was like,
You did suit up just in case
We don't
because you
know
weren't
if-
sure if you'd be able to pressurize it, but it's pressurized.
So does that mean that the ship has oxygen right now or no oxygen? Do we know that?
The door, so you've connected the bridge to the outside of the Cronus, but the door on the Cronus has not opened yet, so you do not know yet if there is oxygen. But according to Mother, the computer was shut down, so there is whatever air was pumped into it before it shut down should still be there.
It's still a little too risky for me since I'm going first. I'm keeping my suit on.
good.
Okay.
All right, so I'm just gonna open.
So-
Can I open the door?
Wilson and Cham together because you guys are.
Wilson, Cham, you guys are going across the bridge to the door?
Cham, on my 6. All right, you have a cutter. I have a bolt gun.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Let's see
I have a
where-
bolt gun. Okay.
Yeah, who has the torch? I don't even remember now.
Cham has
Oh,
the
I-
torch. I have the bolt gun.
Okay, Cham, you have the
Oh, you have the bolt gun. I got a torch. Got it.
You can use that to weld or cut.
So Wilson and Cham, you guys cross the umbilicus. You get to the door that traditionally you should just be able to, now that you're in a pressurized environment, crank a thing and open the door. You're going to need to work at the door a little bit, probably with a cutting torch. As when you get to the door, it's actually buckled, buckled outwards. So just standard operation isn't going to open it up. You're going to need to cut the door open. And if anyone wishes to do that, that will take a heavy machinery check.
That Cham,
Okay.
that's you. I'll be your foreman. So I'm gonna just
Okay.
rate you on your job.
Sounds good. So I'll do a heavy machinery check and try to cut the door.
Yeah. No negatives to it, so yeah, it should just be your. For this one, instead of wits, you can use your strength for it. So you can have 5 and heavy machinery 3. So you can roll 8d6 if you want.
8d6.
Correct.
Hi there, do you happen to have sandbags?
It's not working there for you?
It rolled, but one's not there.
Oh, there it is. Oh, so you got 1 6. That is enough. So it takes him a little bit, but Cham, you work your way all the way across the door, and it's a good thing you rolled successfully before, because as soon as you cut open the door falls on in towards you. and there is air that kind of flows on out of it. Should there not have been a pressurized thing attached, it would have explosively decompressed. You officially opened up the door to, I think for here, I think it says that it has to be here. So yeah, you guys are up here in this junction on deck A.
That's an oversight our captain should have warned us about.
I want hazard pay.
Should he announce in his contract?
All right.
Okay, so I stepped. I thank Cham for cutting, and I give him a pat on the back, and I step into the ship up here. Right, this is where I am.
You're at the, yeah.
Correct. That you're in that junction there. So I'm going to just
I look
zoom
around.
in
What do
here.
I see?
See a little bit better. So in junction, the junction itself is not. Where is it?
You should put your character.
Yeah, the junction itself is kind of a boring area. Besides the buckled out door, which you can't seem to figure out why would the door be buckled. Probably has something to do with whatever caused it to be quiet in the first place. But this is an area that has like stairs and a ladder that goes down to junctions throughout the floor below as well. So here
There's another
you do have a doorway to your immediate right and to your immediate left, and yeah, you can anywhere that's got these little ladder symbols you can use to get from floor to floor. Anytime you go to a chamber, just let me know, and I'll let you know what it is that you're finding.
Okay, we're gonna go up to the mother computer. Before we do, I would like the emotional, what was it?
The emotion.
Emotional tracker.
The emotional tracker to figure out why I'm kind of sad right now.
Okay, roll me 5d6.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm going up.
Oh, no?
I'm
Okay.
going up to the mother computer. I'm gonna ask her some questions.
All right.
Cham, you're on my 6.
Where is your?
Okay, I'm following.
This is us. This is us right here. This is the junction, and then the mother computer's right up here.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
All right. So there's just one thing I'm going to type real quick. Okay. When you get to the door, this one is a powered locked door, and the ship also is entirely in darkness. So other than the flashlights that are on your helmets, there is obviously no power here. And when you get to the door as well, this door is locked tight.
Is there like a window, or is it just like a square door?
Do we
It's just a solid, door.
Do we have comms like hooked into our?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If you guys want to talk back and forth, you can.
Oh, okay, gotcha. How's it going over there, Wilson?
The door is completely shut. There's no way to get in, and we need power into the ship before we do anything else.
Okay, so where on the ship is there like a? Can we restore power? Is there a place? Try to look.
Oh,
Is it in the reactor?
I
Like
would-
the reactor?
I would think so, because the other places are just like not that.
Yeah, because I think you're right. Because they just have like a science lab, a vehicle bay, and on deck C we do have the reactor. So,
I am the most useless character in this whole fucking game. Everyone can do shit. I'm just like, yeah.
Real quick, right away, because I think it's only Cham and Wilson that are on board, correct?
yeah, that's
Yep.
right. We're just
I need both you guys to roll 5d6 for me, real quick.
So R
oh no.
backspace
/slash R and then 5d6.
/R.
Okay, there's 1 6. So Cham, you are 5. Oh, that's the last check. Never mind. 5d6, 1 6. Your oxygen supply maintains its good quality and capacity.
Yep.
Mr. Wilson, your oxygen supply is now at 4. You're a little worried about what's going on there. So next time I ask you to make an oxygen check, it's going to be at 4d6.
Okay.
Okay, that's weird. But okay,
So you might want to restore oxygen at some point too.
restore oxygen with the air supplies. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, unless you want to. Well, there is oxygen on the ship, so if you
Oh,
while
yeah.
you're in your suit, you're running out of oxygen.
I'm gonna take
Oh,
I'm taking my helmet off.
We're all suited up. Okay.
I'm pulling off my helmet.
Wilson pulls off his helmet, and it's stale and gross, but there's air.
Okay, good. It's like, that's
I'll take mine off as well.
Yeah, same thing. Stale and gross, but
It smells like
yeah.
the dump at the
There.
res.
that's-
Oof.
It's a mixture of all these things and like wood.
all right.
Jesus.
So I'm gonna take Davis and go on to the ship as well. So
Yep, I'll just stand on the right side behind the captain, looking around, couldn't care less. I have my alcohol, I have my harpoon. I'm gonna keep my oxygen tank just because, I don't know, I'm gonna try and like mess with the hoses and fit it to the bottle or something. So I'll be doing that like while we're walking through the building. So yeah.
You're fitting what to your oxygen tank?
I pulled out like the hose from my helmet and I'm like stuffing it to my bottle, trying to make one of those hats,
oh my
like drinking
You know
one. I can.
You know what? Fucking roll me a wits and and what sort of other skill would be involved in that? Yeah, wits and heavy machinery.
What's heavy machinery 1? What's 3? So it's 4.
Yeah,
4D.
46. As you guys are walking through.
Oof.
Yeah. So for the entire trek, you're just gonna the entire time
Yeah.
all you guys hear is just Davis in the back, just clink, 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 just trying to fix an oxygen tube to a glass bottle. All right, so you guys are gonna try and work your way down to the reactor. Jesus Christ!
Okay. I take off my helmet once I'm on the ship.
All right, so everyone's got their helmets off?
Yeah.
I'm getting that
I
correctly.
still have mine on. It's
Davis
just a little
still
bit
has
wet.
it on, but it's not connected to his oxygen.
He's not using any oxygen. That's the important part.
So yeah, technically I've saved like 100% of my oxygen so far. Stomp.
Jesus.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
All right. When you there is a ladder in this junction here. So you guys can just go on down to then through to junction B. Again, no lights. You guys are going straight down to the reactor deck.
Yeah, we're just going straight down to the reactor deck. Or, yeah, from there.
Okay, so you go down to C1. By coming out, so I'm all my little connection points are on deck C there. So you guys come on out. You see that this stairwell here is actually just because you can see through it. Not all the doors are closed. You're noticing now. By coming out of C1 here, you see right into the stairwell, and that it's kind of mangled. The stairs don't seem to be traversable, really. But you took a ladder down, so you should be fine. Progressing on through here, looking at these maps, just something to point out, because you guys would know this because you have the maps. These dotted lines, see here?
Yeah.
Yep.
These are vents. Any of the large dots are vertical junction points where they connect to the upper floors. And anytime they're near another room, there is a point of entry. Going on through, when you reach the catwalk here, let me get to deck C. Da-da-da. Yeah. These cargo bays doors are also sealed tightly. You'll need to restore power in order to actually see what they were holding into these areas here. But this catwalk this is a walkway that looks down over into the vehicle bay down below. In the vehicle bay, you see that there is, in fact, what do they have in the vehicle bay? Appropriately. And continuing across the catwalk, you see that there is the balcony there. The office, where is it at there? So there is also access to the office there. It's got like a porthole you can window. Seems like this is probably where you would be able to operate a crane that actually is overhead of here, where they would move heavy objects around the deck. As you get on across here, if you get into Junction C2, you have to cross through here. This one looks just like Junction 1. Not a single problem to be had here. And you start reaching over towards down this hallway into relay reactor control. Upon entering this chamber, there is an orange glow while the reactor and everything is shut down. The reactor itself is still powered so that you can power the ship back up should you will. And there is a glow coming out of the reactor chamber itself. Probably not best to enter it, but the controls are in this space here. It is a little creepy in here, as being that the only source of light besides your helmets in here is the light coming from the reactor, and it's leaving like these long stretches of shadow all over the place. Something that's really bizarre while you're in here is that there's some tore up furniture and loose equipment that builds some kind of weird, bizarre looking like a fort or a nest in the corner. In the pile of debris near the reactor lies a crumpled up spacesuit. It's got like a filthy helmet of mostly fogged and tattered appearance all over it. Almost looks like perhaps this suit or whoever was in it was lit up and set on fire at some point. It's little, yeah, if you want to compare it to the thing. The entire room is filled with, you do feel like a bit of sickness while you're in here, you start sweating a bit. The longer you are in here, the closer to this radiological reactor core you are. There is a bit of an issue here.
Do our suits provide any cover from the radioactive?
If you want to pop them back on, they might. They'll add some resistance, but eventually the radiation will go through the suit at some point.
All right. We should probably put back on our helmets while we're in here.
Fuck! I'm so glad we're up here by the computer.
So
Yep.
we're just gonna tell Wilson and Jam that we made it to the reactor relay control, and there's some weird stuff down here. Like there's a suit with nobody in it. I think. Looks pretty burnt up. It's kind of scary. I don't understand what's going on in here, and I don't know if I should turn on the ship until we further investigate what's going on. There's a reason why the power's off. What do you think, Davis?
I just look around and I'm just wondering why we left that mechanic on the ship. Because obviously I'm like really drunk and I'm like trying to MacGyver some kind of device that helps me stay there. I just pick up the end of my harpoon and I just start like tapping random objects. Just because you know how like when you hit a TV and it starts working again. Because like I'm a random drunken pilot, there's no way I'm gonna fix anything. So I just walk around, start banging the walls with my stick, and that's where I'm at.
Cham is also an
Yes.
engineer.
Yeah.
Davis, I need you to roll me a agility and mobility roll at a -2 because of your stupor.
Yep.
You're getting more drunk.
Uh-oh.
Maybe 5d6.
I think it's time we had the intervention.
So what was it? Agility and
Does anybody
Agility
have
and mobility is at a +2, and you get a -2. So just roll me your 5d6 for your agility. That's awesome.
Are you gonna roll? Are you really drinking
Wait,
right now?
Yeah.
I had like 2 hours sleep and my weekend just started, so I'm a bit like Just check.
Drunk,
But
yeah, that's
it's, I typed it in.
No, didn't. Oh, there's 56. Okay, no successes. That's unfortunate. All right. So as you're kind of going around and banging on the walls and anything you can come into contact with a wrench, you kind of nudge the foot of the suit.
Oh, goody.
Yeah. The suit's hand reaches up and grabs your ankle.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna hit this one here. Fun stuff.
Okay, we're done.
All right, grabs your ankle, and you guys watch as the head shifts slightly, and as this thing with elongated arms begins to stand, whatever you thought was the smoked helmet wasn't a helmet. This bulbous head, like this yellow-white residue, like dried blood, kind of begins to drop from places nearby it. The helmet is, in fact, a bulbous head. It has been hauled up here and it seems to have been sleeping until you nudged it. I need both was it Miller and Davis. You now have 1 point of stress. I mean, I think that makes sense. So what that means is every time you roll anything, you will always roll roll a separate stress die separately, and if that comes up as a 1, you will panic. So right now, I immediately need you guys to make a panic roll. So both of you roll me 1d6. I have to go grab something real quick. So you guys roll that, and I will.
Lucky.
Thingamajig.
Lucky. Who's that you just rolled? That was
Me.
nice. Oh!
Oh my god.
No!
Oh, that sounds good.
Panicking more than I am, and I got my leg grabbed by a zombie.
I'm panicking. Of course.
Okay, well, let's see here.
Too. Oh my god.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay, so you rolled a 5. All right, so Davis, you won, which means 2. 2 to 6. You hold it together. You don't lose your cool at all. But the two of you watch as this thing begins to stand up. What do you want to do?
Fuck, I'm so glad we're up here right
Oh,
now.
I can't, we're in the reactor, and so I can't use my gun. Is it still holding on to Miller? Is it still holding on to Davis?
Yeah, it's got it by the ankle.
I love how Dave's like, it's cool.
Actually, real quick, what we're going to do here...
Shoot it, Davis. Shoot
Where's
the arm.
cards? Where did I put those? Forgot to make sure that I could have the cards set up in Roll20, so I'm going to do this over here. So how initiative is done in this game to determine who's going in what order to make sure, it's see if people die or not, is I have cards numbered from 1 to 9. I'm going to shuffle these. I'm going to just do it on camera here. I forgot to set this up in Roll20. So this is my bad. So, first card I'm going to pull, and then the numbers will go from low to high. So, Miller, I'm going to pull a card for you first. You've got number 5. And then Davis, you have a number 3. So at this point, you're going before Miller. The monster pulls 2 because they're evil. And they have a 4 and a 7. So, Davis, what do you want to do? You get to go first. You got this thing clamping onto your leg.
Can I point my harpoon to his head and just shoot it?
Actually, yes.
Yay.
Agility, and you do have range combat. But I'm going to give you a -1 because you're drunk.
So 5d6?
66. 66.
66.
I like this music.
Yes, perfect. Oh, look at that! All right, so you watch as Davis takes up his harpoon, just and it pulls it right into the shoulder and pins it against the wall, and it lets out like this inhuman, godly screech. It lets go of your ankle. as far as movement is concerned, is there anything you want to do movement-wise?
Can I detach the rope from the weapon and just take the rest of the weapon with me? I'm going to use it like a club later.
Like a Toya?
You certainly can.
Yeah, basically pretty much a tie. I was thinking of doing that like earlier, but I just wanted to shoot it as well, see what happens.
Is it still?
Perfect. So you have expended your one and only shot with this. You sever the rope, and you can freely get away from this thing.
Cool. I'm going to run behind the captain. And then I'm going to look around, see if my liquor bottle's anywhere.
Oh yeah. I am relaying a message to Wilson and Sham that we found what exactly is going on. There's a monster in here. I don't know. Get over here. Or no, be careful where you are. There could be.
So as you're screaming that out, the monster just get one quick action before you get to do anything too extreme there, Miller. It is going to spend its entire turn. It reaches up to the harpoon. Is going to try and rip it out of its shoulder before you guys get to do anything else here. It's going to roll.
Don't roll a 6.
Yeah.
It's on my way here.
I got a 6.
And with that, it rips the
Ooh.
harpoon out of its shoulder, and it has now stood up. It takes its turn to do that, but it has not proceeded on you. Miller, you get to do an action and move.
I pull out my pistol and aim for its head and shoot.
All right. She's going for it.
Okay,
Hello?
we're in the reactor room.
Weird.
This is your agility, which is 3, and your ranged combat, which is 1. You are in a dark environment where there is very little light, so you will also get a -1 because you're not right in front of it.
Okay, so my agility 3, range combat 1, so and then a -1, so like 3.
I think it's just, so you'll just roll 3d6. I bid you good luck.
Yeah, that's pretty short. Oh shit.
Oh man, you missed.
And you also, and then roll 1d6 again there because you have that stress die. There's no 1, so you're fine. But also no 6s. So... So you do miss it. Yeah. As you fire the gun, it actually strikes the contain, it's not glass, but there is some kind of translucent barrier that allows the light from the reactor to come on in. You actually collide with that. You hear it kind of crack a bit, as if you've done damage to the shield on the reactor core. I am going to give both of you a point of radiation. Oh, sorry. I need you to roll 1d6 real quick. Miller, the one who accidentally shot the gun, or shot the reactor with the gun. Hey, it's not a 1. That's good. that could have gone real good.
Alright, so
All right.
1 radiation.
But upon seeing the crack there, you and Davis are going to get 1 more stress point. So you guys have 2 points of stress on you. That was your shoot. Movement-wise, you gonna stay put? You gonna?
No, I'm gonna get the hell out of there. Come on, Davis.
Miller
Run.
books it.
Cham, I think we should get the fuck out of here and back on the ship. What do you say, Cham?
I agree.
I agree. All right. With that, the creature is going to, upon getting shot at, Davis, you watch as Miller begins to book it out of the room. The creature goes to a nearby vent that's already been broken apart, and it just scurries into the vent, and you can hear a gung, 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 and starts moving around throughout the ship. You have no sight of it.
Oh my god, it doesn't even want you, Cham. Is it because you drank?
How often can I move?
Well, now that it's gone, I'm going to put the initiative cards away. and you guys can act freely again.
Cool. Yeah, I'm going to radio into Wilson and them, and because I'm assuming they don't know what just happened, I'm just going to tell them to, like, they should actually just run back to the ship. I'm going to walk over and pull my harpoon out of the wall, or, like, pick it up or wherever it is. And since the captain's already run off, I'm going to take a couple of these pills that I have, and I'm just going to go running around the ship, just any direction.
I like
Okay.
this. It's
So
back to my-
Miller is
back
on
to my
her own,
plan.
and Davis is on his own.
We also
Davis,
need a pilot.
by taking a pill there, Davis, you can remove one of your 2 stress dice.
Ooh, cool. Yay.
So you chill out a little bit. So where do you want to go after you've taken that pill?
Find some alien medication or something.
Okay. So in the dark, you're going to try and run to Med Bay on your own. Before we double check, and then Miller, you're just heading up in the direction of your ship.
Are we already on the ship? Because we...
I'm going to come to you guys in a sec here.
Okay.
All right, so she's going to be heading up towards the Montero. Wilson and Cham, I take it you guys are just going to be like, oh, fuck this, we're going back to our ship.
Yeah.
That's the idea? All right.
So
Mm,
Davis
Yes, master.
only one ship that's gonna stay on the ship.
Yeah, I'm looting. Are we pirates, or are we like an intergalactic company or something?
Like a transport.
Or
your
pirates
space
now.
trophies. It's an RPG, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, we're pirates
Ah,
now.
cool. Yeah, cool.
All right. So here's how I'm going to do this. Cham and Wilson,
Yes.
as soon as you enter the Umbilicus to head towards the Montero, an alarm begins to sound.
Wait, in the ship?
Our ship?
Yes,
Yeah, because-
across both ships.
Well,
Oh.
there's no power on this one ship.
This isn't too loud. I guess it would just be on the Montero then. Good point. I don't know how loud that is for you guys.
So are
yeah.
we like
And you have until this countdown reaches 0, but if you can't hear what she's saying, the Montero has, for some inexplicable reason, set itself to self-destruct.
oh my god, good thing we have an engineer on the ship.
All right, so I'm gonna radio into. I'm radioing into the.
Rye and tell him to go to to deactivate it somehow.
That's what our captain's gone and said to this person. I don't really have the
Okay.
authority because they'd be like, "Fuck you, Wilson." Rather have the ship blow up than fucking take orders from you. Thanks, Captain.
Oh, also, upon hearing this, everybody's stress level goes up by 1. So, Miller, you will have 3. Davis, you're back to 2. And Wilson and Cham, you're at 1 each.
Okay.
Because it's stressful.
So Miller radioed in to our engineer that's on the ship to stop the alarm and self-destruct.
So, is that me?
No, we have a non-player character. an
Yeah, we
NPC.
have two.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. You're talking to. I'm juggling a bunch of stuff here. So you can tell Rye to do what now?
Oh, I'm telling Rye to go to the what do they call it, the front of the ship with all the buttons and stuff.
The bridge.
The bridge. Go to the bridge and deactivate the self-destruct.
I'm not paying enough for this shit, he says, as you can hear that he is running towards the bridge there. So it's going to take him a bit of time to get from his station at the back of the ship to the bridge there, but in the meantime, what's everyone else going to be doing?
We're hauling ass back to the ship.
Yep.
I am also back on the what is it? What deck is it?
Deck A?
Is it deck A? Okay, yeah, deck A. Sorry. Deck A near the junction.
Okay. So Wilson and Cham are going right back to the Montero. I'm just going to move your guys' characters here. Miller, you're going to the Montero. No, your ship, the one you came.
Oh, yeah.
The Montero.
I mean,
everyone's
technically,
running
it's the company ship, so as an employee, I feel less inclined to risk my life for that ship. So the beginning. Also for the stress thing, I feel like I should get minus the stress point because The beginning of yeah, I'm kind of like getting hyped to the music, like because I'm drunk, so to me it's kind of starting to feel like a rave. I'm in a rave. And, the beginning of the movie for Guardians of the Galaxy, and the guy is like,
Are you just dancing away?
yeah. I'm like doing that through the building, just trying to look for some loot. So yeah,
I tell you what, it still is going to give you a stress point because your ship's going to blow up, even if you don't care about it. You might be stranded in space with the terrifying monster. But when I pop a pill, you can reduce another stress point.
Yeah, I'll pop another pill.
There you go.
Okay, so what?
Yeah,
what
you're going to get back.
what did our NPC say about shutting off the bomb?
So now I just wanted to check in with every other character first. When as you guys are back in the cargo bay of the Montero, Rye gets back on the comm. He's like, "Yeah, bad news. Mother's kind of being a bit of a bitch. She says I can't turn it off, and I don't know why."
Oh god. Okay.
I am gonna go talk to Mother quickly, as fast as I possibly can, if I don't get stuck on the ship and blow up. This is possible.
All right. As you run up towards the bridge,
I would like to accompany him.
All right, Wilson and Millie, you're both going to run up to the bridge to go talk to Mother. As you get to the bridge, Rye's kind of there. He's like, "Can I get off the ship? Do I have to stay here? Like, is the other ship going to blow up? I don't want to be on the ship that's going to blow up."
Rye, go to the new ship, the Cronus.
Yeah, all right, sounds good to me. And he just runs as fast as he can towards Cronus.
I'm just following everybody around.
So the three of you all are like trying to get into Mother there. All right, Wilson, you pop in to see Mother.
Okay, Mother, can you please stop the countdown? We need some time right now.
Requirement to stop the countdown.
Can you please stop the countdown, Mother? We need it done. We are doing everything we possibly can. We just need some time. So please, Mother. All we need is like a couple more hours. We got this, Mother. Please.
So Cham, you watch as these two are just screaming at this computer screen that doesn't seem to be moving at all.
You're also an engineer. Oh, fuck this. Let's go back to the ship. I'm running back to the new ship.
I guess I'll do a
Discount on your
check.
hearing
I'm
right now.
running to the ship right now. Okay?
Okay, he's gone. Cham, what are you gonna do?
Run back. We have like 10 seconds.
I guess we're all running.
Discount on your hearing now is to the halfway point.
The countdown's to the halfway
5
point.
more minutes after this.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
5 more minutes
Okay.
after this.
Oh my god. Okay, so
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
that kind of changes stuff.
Okay.
If we can't shut it down, we have 5 minutes. I think we should grab whatever we can here and then go on to the next ship. So I'm gonna grab some more space spaghetti and then run back to the ship.
Okay.
Priorities.
I need it.
Okay. So you guys grab the essentials like the food and maybe something warm and head over to the Cronus ship. I'm gonna figure out what's going on with Mother until it's too late. And then I'll run over to the Cronus too.
Okay, so
Okay.
I got my space spaghetti. I got a bunch of dry noodles, a couple of cans of food, a blanket, and I'm running to the Cronus.
Okay. Whoever is able to or wants to that isn't Davis, because Davis is currently busy with other things. I need somebody to roll me a comm tech roll. Whoever wants to try that.
Yeah, I'll roll the comm tech roll.
Okay. So it'll be with your wits.
Okay.
So was that Cham that was saying that?
2 wits.
Okay. So it'd be.
Yeah, I've got 2 in wits and 1 in comm tech.
So then you're gonna roll 3d6, and then how many stress points do you have?
I guess one.
Just
Stress
one?
points.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any. I don't know.
Yeah, you have just one from when the alarm started going off. So roll me 3d6, and then after that you'll roll an additional d6 to see if anything bad happens.
That countdown real scared me though.
Okay. Oh, did Dene? Okay, there he is.
Whoops.
Back.
My game just shut down.
Oh, here, for the sake of your guys' sanity, I will rewind it a little bit there, so give you some more time. Because of technical mishaps. Yeah, you're going to give me a 3d6 and then a 1d6. A 6 on any of these is good. A 1 on the last one is not good.
I got a 6.
Okay, and then one more d6 real quick. Okay, you're fine. All right, Cham,
Okay.
as you guys are breaking up and trying to get stuff, and you're digging through things with Miller or with Wilson, you realize that if the ship goes and it's currently docked with the Cronus will likely go too.
How do we? Can we initiate it
Okay.
from off the ship?
Well, you have to find a way to separate the two of them. The issue is that the Cronus currently has no powers. You can't fly them away from each other.
Space jump. Somebody's gonna have to detach.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck. We're gonna need. Can I bolt, or does it have to be welded? The door, because we chopped it off.
The way that junction works is if you get into the junction, you can close the opposite side of the junction from inside, and you should be fine.
Okay, so
But if
I
you
think.
break it off early, you're screwed.
Okay, so I think we should go over, detach, close the door, and then have someone space jump.
If only we
Ooh.
had that harpoon.
Okay, so that's the plan because we're running out of time. All right, Miller?
Space jump.
Miller, you follow me. We're gonna go back. We're gonna close the door. We're gonna detach, and then Cham's gonna do the space jump.
Okay.
The issue is who's going to fly the Montero away from the Cronus? Someone has to
Right.
steer it away at some point.
I guess I'll go to the command station.
Excellent. So I'll just deal with Cham's thing here first, because he's trying this out. So, Mr. Cham, I need you to roll me a Wits and Contest of 3d6, and then you're going to roll another d6 afterwards. Okay.
6. Woo!
Lucky.
Then one more d6.
What luck.
1d6. Ah.
Oh,
All right. Now you don't have that much in the way of panic, so when that happens, you kind of like start to sweat pretty profusely. And you're kind of worried about what's going to happen. Will you make it? You're not entirely sure. So, but you do get to the command station. You hear your crew members run across the Cronus. They close the door. You still got your suit on. You steer the Montero away. It starts flying off the opposite direction. Now you've got to run back through the Montero and make one lucky as hell space jump.
Oh,
when
boy.
you do get to the cargo bay to space jump off the Montero, you can jump out the airlock. There is a shuttle in the shuttle bay, though.
oh, that's right. There is a shuttle.
Okay, I'll jump in the shuttle.
All right, so you go for the shuttle instead. You try and power this thing up in the last few seconds that you have. I need you to roll me a agility and piloting check, which I don't think you have piloting. So you're just going to roll me 3d6 and then one more d6 afterwards.
Fingers crossed, because if you don't make this, you're dead. Oh, shit.
With that, you get to there and you start trying to strike some of the buttons away. You were able to veer the ship away, so Wilson and Miller, you do watch as you see the Montero going away, and you stare, waiting, hoping that Cham's going to jump out the side of it. Rye's sitting next to you. Don't worry, Danae, you'll have something to do in a sec here, but if you want, you can try one more time very quickly to roll that same thing again. 3d6 and then one more d6.
Okay.
But I'm going to add, 3d6, then it'll be 2d6. I'm going to give you a stress die.
You gotta hurry up, man. 3d6. Do it. Ah, you're so.
And then 2d6, 2 more d6. And with that, you guys watch Montero. It does go.
Is he dead? Is he dead?
GG.
Do not see Cham come off of the ship in either person or shuttle form.
Oh,
Oh my god.
we lost him.
For Danae, though, since you are still here,
Just
don't
quietly
think
go.
that One just stares out the window.
We still have another
Rye's
NPC.
personality might. I was going to say Rye's personality might change a little bit here, but I'm going to send you Rye's character sheet so you
You
can
are
continue
Rye now.
playing as Rye.
You should change the name.
Okay.
Give me a couple seconds here, and then once I've done that, I'm going to go back to Davis to let him know what he pilfered from the med lab there.
Yes. I saved the crew.
Yeah, I have a feeling like you may have some hell coming your way, but we'll see. Okay, so there's your new character card, and I'm going to give you his objective as well for Act 1, since technically we're still in Act 1 as the trigger to conclude it has not happened yet. All right, so I'll let Danae read that real quick. While you guys are watching and possibly mourning over the death of the nicest man on the ship.
I didn't really like him.
Although I will say, Danae, because one of Cham's, I guess it's just like everyone's going to hear this, but this is fine. One of Cham's things was to protect your crewmates. I'm going to give you a story point now, just so that you have that, and you can mark that down on a piece of paper or something near you. A story point, what you can do, and normally we just use out during the act breaks, but because your character died, doing what your character would do, and you played up that bit, a story point can be spent to automatically put a 6 into a check. So you can automatically succeed one check.
You should definitely save that.
Yes.
Okay,
Just
so I
two
have
paper.
good karma as Rye now.
Correct. Yeah, you got good karma
Okay.
as right. That's how that's exactly how that shakes out.
I guess Rye was secretly my friend.
Yeah, you two are kind of buds. All right, Mr. Davis, you break on into this kind of thing that rich people have, high up, people in corporations have this sort of stuff. One of them has splintered and shattered as if somebody has broken out of it with glass all over the place.
Oh, goody.
It's the other is still sealed and is lit from, or no, I guess from now it's not lit, but it's still sealed. And as you kind of look at it, it's covered in like thick dried blood on the inside. As whatever was inside is kind of now all over the inside of this med pod. There's also rows of specimen jars, and there seems to be something floating in 2 of them. The other one just seems to have some kind of stagnant liquid with nothing else in it. On the far shelf, there's a smaller specimen jar with no liquid. There seems to be like little bits of something floating in there. Like, you're not entirely sure what it is, especially with this low light. It's hard to tell, but there is something small floating in it. On the desk, there is some kind of, it looks like if for lack of a better term, like a metallic urn with a cap that's been undone and placed on the side. And inside it, there are these 4 organic-esque, like, you guess, glass vials that are on the inside. 3 are intact with some kind of liquid flowing in them, but the other one's cracked open and it's completely emptied. You also find... since you're by yourself, I'm just going to take it. You're taking this entire time just to scour the place. So you're going to find
Yep.
pretty much anything unless there's a roll that's required. Under a desk, you find a case that has 6 syringes of some kind of black liquid. Beyond that, there's no description as to what these syringes are, but you have 6 of these now. Let's see here. Other than that, everything else, there's no power, so it's hard to find. You find 4 personal med kits, so if anybody is hurt enough that they're still alive, you can heal them. There are... roll me a d6 for me real quick, will you? You find a various cornucopia of pills that equates to what will equate to 4 additional uses to your pill set that you already have.
Cool.
But at that point, once you kind of have collected everything, the alarm stops and you can hear this massive, and the ship kind of veers a little bit side to side as you complete your investigation of this chamber here. So with that, what will you do right after feeling that there, Davis?
Hold on one second.
Um,
Hold on, wait. We gotta call the game soon, so I think after this action, we should hit pause until next Thursday. Jam is dead.
Thursday after next?
Yeah, Thursday after next. Unless there's like another time we can all meet up, but it'd be not this Thursday coming up, the next Thursday.
All right. Well, we'll pick a date once we figure out where we'll find a nice spot for everybody to end in a sec here. Davis, what's the next thing you're gonna do? You think?
I'm like wondering like how far I can push the boundaries with this game, because like what I want to do is you know how there's like specimens in jars on shelves. I kind of want to grab like the most magical looking one and then open it, and then there's like those little vials or something, and there's one vial that's cracked open and missing. I want to like crack all three of them into this like the jar with the specimen in it, and then I want to grab like one of the med kits, open it up, like do the whole how you take drugs kind of thing. Being a pilot was a junkie, so like I just
Okay, so hold on before we do that, there's still the option of turning on this ship, and you still can be able to pilot this new ship. And we also have the challenge of
You guys can have that conversation after he sticks himself with whatever he just found. So real quick, I'm going to deal with what Davis is doing here, and then we'll have a nice little cliffhanger moment. So you break open every vial.
yeah. I'm kind of hoping that I like morph into some kind of being or something. I don't know.
I'm gonna sit here and mourn Cham's death.
I still don't know about Chan dying, so
Yeah.
Wasn't it in the comms?
Inside...
true. I think
Two
I
of
destroyed
the-
my helmet.
So in the small specimen, you throw it to the ground, and it looks like now it's full of liquid. So when these black things spill out on the floor, they don't seem to move or are inert. Just something. These small black things that are saturated with liquid just kind of spill out on the floor. Nothing happens. The one big empty vial, the two big empty vials, you knock them over, and these bodies kind of pour out of them, about the size of like a house cat, if you will. But they have this white translucent skin and also inert, like spine sticking out of their back, and a elongated domed head and a small hole in their face that's probably a mouth. You don't know. And with that, you take one of the black syringes. You're like, yeah, fuck it. Put it to your arm. As you guys sit there, the rest of the crew is there looking out the airlock, mourning the death of your friend, the loss of your ship, and all of the money you've worked at. Davis is down in a dark corner in the middle of nowhere, shooting himself up with some mysterious black goo. I feel like that's a good place to end it.
All right. So that's
For the
where
day.
we're at.
Oh, that's so sad.
So Cham's gone. Davis just injected himself with black goo. We're stuck on a ship with an alien, one that we know of. We got to get this
And
fast.
also, there's a crack in the radiation, the glass holding in the reactor.
But it's okay because we still have one engineer. Who's now our most
it's okay, we got another
valuable
engineer.
person.
That
Okay.
is our MVP right now.
It's just too
Right
bad.
now, I'm sad and angry.
You should have done the space
What are we
jump.
thinking?
This is the conversation we're having as I'm looking out the window. He should have done the space jump. I told him to do
Oh,
the
boy.
space
What,
jump.
no, opinion time. What's worse, dying in a blaze of like the ship exploding and you going with it, or you failing the check to space fly across randomly and just miss and veer off into nothing?
Oh,
Oh my god.
just oh.
I'd take the explosion.
Yeah, it's quicker.
Well, I had a chat.
Because we all know
Well,
how to
as
play
far
this
as
now.
next week, I'm good on Friday next week, and 2 Thursdays from now, I'm good. I don't know about everybody else.
I'm also good next Friday and also every Thursday at this time.
I'm pretty open.
Yep, I'm this is perfect timing for me, like how we did
Right.
it today.
I might have a new mic and a webcam next time.
Yeah, same.
Awesome.
Nice. Nice.
All right, so really quickly, Davis, not Davis, Tiarama. I got a
Yep.
quick question. Did you watch the Mandalorian, the whole seasons?
I think I've only watched like a couple episodes of it. No, I'm like saving it for when I'm down bad with some ice cream or something. Then I'll watch some Mandalorian.
I can't really say anything because if you're not on season 2, I don't want to say nothing. There's a specific part I do want to ask you about, but we'll wait until you watch the whole seasons.
It's so good.
I keep
Yeah.
wanting to finish it, but my wife keeps falling asleep.
That's fun.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
just get a second wife you can watch it with. Problem solved.
Hey,
Real
man,
tradition.
Well, tradition.
We don't kink shame here.
That would be culture shaming, I think.
Well, that's fair. It really depends.
All right, cool. So we'll see you all the next time.
Okay,
Oh,
Thursday, February 4th.
That was fun.
That was actually really fun.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets better from here. This is the weirdest this module's ever gone, which is great.
I wonder who made it weird. Yikes!
Everyone had their own little thing. Actually, it's a fun fact. The first time I ever played this, one of the crew members died very early on.